70 years later.
Because all the women in my family are smarter than I am.
Another dire poll shows that Joe Biden, 73% of Americans say he's too old, including 2/3 of Democrats. Oh no. This is something that is buckling into recent reporting about how Joe Biden is actually deeply unpopular with his own party. This is really fascinating. And groups of his own party, like constituencies, that are absolutely incredibly important. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. 73% of Americans say Biden is too old. This is quite obvious. But also, the McLaughlin group out with a poll saying that 10% of Biden voters have buyer's remorse. Yikes. This is according, again, to the McLaughlin group polling that we brought you last week, showing that Donald Trump is winning in a landslide, showing that Donald Trump is up by 10 points inside of swing states. Well, how are you going to fix that? What you going to do? Well, I guess you're going to try and put Donald Trump in prison. It's the best you got. I mean, walks like a duck, talks like a duck, communist, right? That's what all the communists do. It's what all the best communists do, straight to jail. So that's what we're going to try and do. I mean, when you have a crisis like this, jail cell, right? That's what's next. We'll see. We'll see what happens. The Wall Street Journal is saying, and this is, of course, a Rupert Murdoch owned, this is a News Corp owned publication. So they didn't want to write this headline. Donald Trump is dominating the GOP field. No formidable challenger. So the Wall Street Journal is effectively finding out that, like, Donald Trump is up 59% of support against DeSantis' 13%. And then DeSantis is effectively followed by, like, a total and complete collapse. Everyone else is, like, muddling around in the 3 and 4%. Now, some of these polls have Vivek, who is like a Trump cutout, right? Who's doing a lot of the things that, like, Donald Trump would do, like on stage and everything, and a lot of the America First policies. A lot of these polls, some of these polls show Vivek is actually overtaking DeSantis. Sort of depends on where you're at. Let's read. Trump's lead over DeSantis has nearly doubled since April, 46 percentage points, the survey showed. Trump's 59% support, DeSantis garnered only 13%, barely ahead of the rest of the GOP primary field. That represents a collapse in DeSantis' support, which was at 24%. DeSantis collapsed because, well, he's not running the campaign that he should have. He should have run the Vivek Ramaswamy campaign. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, 10% of Biden voters expressing remorse for voting for Biden. Yikes. Along with some of the people standing on the side of the road in Atlanta after Donald Trump gets arrested. Wait, okay, hold on. So they go to this dark blue. I mean, you're talking like the darkest blue. We pulled the Fulton County data. Fulton County voted 80% for Joe Biden. Okay? 80% for Joe Biden. Donald Trump, not popular there. This is one of the bluest districts. This is one of the most populated bluest districts in the country. Okay? So that's where they're persecuting Donald Trump. So Donald Trump should have no support there, obviously, right? Should have no support there. But instead, the streets and the roads looked like this when Trump rolled through. Watch.
Yeah, I'll see it, man. Which one are you in, though? Put down the front. I'm talking about they got everybody. Look at that fucked up.
Hold on. So we tweeted that clip, went thermonuclear, got millions of views. And there's this guy named Roland Martin who's like thrice fired, like washed up, unemployed, estrogen and cortisol filled lunatic who does like, I think, a podcast from his broom closet. And Roland Martin's like, no, these people are yelling against Trump in that video. Oh, man. Nah, brah. Dude, they're saying free my N-word Trump. They're saying Fanny done effed up. That's what the people are saying in the video. You can hear them crystal clear, and they're cheering on Trump. Why? Why exactly would they do that inside of a county that voted 80% against Trump? Well, because, one, Donald Trump has proven now definitively that he was right. What do we mean by that? Donald Trump has often and always said there is a rigged system from his very first commentary down the golden escalator, saying there's a rigged system in this country that stands against the people. And there is an invisible boot on the back of your neck, or sometimes a visible boot on the back of your neck, depending on the situation, where you are being oppressed by a group of traitors to your nation. And they are selling you out, and they are rigging systems, they are rigging elections, and they are rigging the policies against you. And as the price of butter and milk and your groceries go up, oh my gosh, my wife and I went to the grocery store over the weekend. I mean, it's incredible. The expense. It is wild, man. You feel that? Like, if you felt like your grocery bills triple, go from $100 to get your kids' groceries for the week to $300, people are feeling that. And they're starting to understand that, like, wait a second, maybe we need the man who's been calling this out from the get. And that's why you're getting clips like this all across social media.
I don't mean no harm, and I don't give a damn who this offends. But if Trump get convicted of this crime and he can still run for president, I'm voting for his ass. I'm voting for that. I'm voting for him. If that gets convicted and he can still run for president, just to see what the fuck he do, because that funny now. Trump is funny as hell. I'm voting for him. I'm telling you right now, okay? So just miss me with it. Make America great again.
They are so panicked right now over videos like that. The guy with the long fingernails and the lisp saying, miss me with it. Make America great again. Donald Trump is the American outlaw. Donald Trump is our boy. If you think there's a phenomenon, of course, that is gripping just inner city America, well, no, obviously. There are places like in Trump country where Trump is now more popular than ever, a place that we traveled ourselves named East Palestine. East Palestine, small, forgotten little rusty Rust Belt community in Ohio. We went there ourselves. We saw the people. We did our best to help them out. We thank the Betting Brigade for assisting us and being able to bless other people. Joe Biden was asked recently, why haven't you been to East Palestine? Like, you said you were going to go there. You claim to be Union, Scrapper, Scranton, Lunch Pail Joe. You claim to care about these people. In fact, you built an entire career out of lying to everyone and saying that you care about the working man and women. You're Amtrak Joe, right? All these made-up stories, all these lies. The Scranton Scrapper. Why haven't you gone to East Palestine? You haven't gone there? Like, to help the people that you chemically bombed? Your administration released a chemical weapon on them? That is what happened, actually. Like by definition, when you blow up a bunch of chemicals and make their water undrinkable and make their air unbreathable, that's what you've done to a community. Joe Biden had this to say.
You said in March that you would go to East Palestine, Ohio. You came here. How come you haven't gone to East Palestine yet?
Well, I haven't had the occasion to go to East Palestine. There's a lot going on here, and I just haven't been able to break. I was thinking whether I'd go to East Palestine this week, but I then was reminded I've got to go literally around the world. I'm going from Washington to India to Vietnam and so it's going to be a while. But we're making sure that East Palestine has what they need materially in order to deal with their problems.
So Joe Biden says he hasn't found the time yet to go to East Palestine, which we actually, and he mispronounces the name of the town, but we actually charted it out that it would be a 61-minute flight, wheels up to wheels down, for Air Force One, maybe even faster. It'd be less than an hour to get there. Air Force One, of course, can land and get motorcaded in, you know. So what has Joe Biden been doing exactly? Like what precisely has Joe Biden been doing instead of going to East Palestine? It would take him only an hour. He could do it in an afternoon. You'd be home in time to get your applesauce suppository for dinner. So what exactly has Joe Biden been doing? Well, we actually have proof of what Joe Biden has been up to, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Biden has been enjoying his time sitting there reading some of the juicier photos from Hunter Biden's laptop, we assume, is what he's looking at here. We're not sure. Seeing what his son's been up to and into. We also have a very curious and interesting footage of Joe Biden showing that he's transitioning, I guess. Having Dylan Mulvaney at the White House really assisted Joe Biden in choosing his true self. And so you have Joe Biden with his shirt off, dragging a beach chair, being incapable of dragging a beach chair. There you go. Here's Joe Biden. There he is. There's the guy who's in charge of the free world. With no hair on his head, all that's plastic, but plenty of hair still on his back. You could braid it. What a gross, sickening individual. Oh, I mean, what a repulsive incapable of lifting his feet up to walk through the sand, has to wear orthopedic shoes to shuffle through the sand. Ooh. Oh, what a freak. And also knowing that the cameras of the world are trained upon him. And so he's not wearing a shirt, knowing that everyone's going to see him not wearing a shirt. Again. Yuck. Gross. Joe Biden skipped leg day and arm day and chest day and ab day and flab day. Look at his hip. Look at that. I'm sorry to do this to you, but like, oh God, I hope you've already had your breakfast. Joe Biden skipped Father's Day and Grandfather's Day, clearly. And Joe Biden skipped President's Day because Joe Biden's not actually in charge, you see. Ladies and gentlemen, how do we know that? Well, because Joe Biden has no support anywhere. Actually, Joe Biden is one of the places where Joe Biden is the very least popular is another place that voted for Biden, 80%. A place called Maui. Joe Biden went to Maui and decided to explain to those poor people, many of them who knew no families or perhaps, God forbid, their own children burned alive because they wouldn't release the water, the sacred water, Obama Foundation special right there. They wouldn't sound the alarms, and they closed down the roads in and out of the towns. It really makes you start to wonder. Well, Joe Biden went there to tell a sad story about how he once left a bag of popcorn in the microwave too long, and so that's just like having your children burned alive. Watch.
I don't want to compare difficulties, but we have a little sense, Jill and I, what it's like to lose a home. Years ago, now 15 years ago, I was in Washington doing Meet the Press. It was a sunny Sunday, and lightning struck at home on a little lake. It's outside of our home, not a lake, a big pond, and hit a wire and came up underneath our home into the heating ducts, the air conditioning duct. To make a long story short, I almost lost my wife, my 67 Corvette, and my cat. But all kidding aside.
All kidding aside. Joe Biden was kidding. Joe Biden told jokes while he was there. Joe Biden went to the place where the authorities pushed the town people to the middle of the town inside of like an incinerator, which is like an oven, which is what was happening there inside the town. The authorities blocked the roads. In fact, the only people who survived are the ones who defied the authorities. Remember that. Joe Biden went there to this spot of extreme blackness of the human spirit and soul, and like one of the darkest, saddest places in America, and started telling jokes about how hot it was. Watch.
What's the boss's name? I said, how you doing, pal? He's got a picture too. You guys catch the boots out here? That's a hot ground, man.
Ooh, man, it's really hot here. So Donald Trump is cheered in Fulton County, Georgia. People get to walk out of their homes to cheer Donald Trump through Fulton County, Georgia. Joe Biden, not a Joe Biden sign to be found, not a Joe Biden fan to be found in Fulton County, Georgia. Joe Biden says he's too busy to go to East Palestine, which is a 50-minute plane ride for him. Joe Biden instead travels to Maui. And how is he greeted there? Inside of this Democrat stronghold? Have a look.
13 days. Wow, he's finally here. Wow, yeah. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, thanks for nothing. Thanks for nothing. Fuck you. 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 Hey, right here. You, Joe Biden.
You start to wonder, like, is there a single place that Joe Biden is welcome in this country that he allegedly is the president of? Man, really gets your head scratching.